Welcome back to part 9 of 10 forgotten NASCAR crashes. Almost to 10 for a total of 100 wrecks. Might have to do something special for that one. Anyways, if you enjoy the video, make sure to check out the other parts of the series linked in the description below. Also make sure to leave a like and subscribe as we are closing in on 50,000 subscribers. Anyways, enjoy the video.
And Gordon gets a great start. Junior did not. Look at Junior.
No trouble!
Oh, that's going to turn Truex. And Truex is going to get right into Burton, and we've got more problems.
We got all kinds of people. Kevin Harvick,
Brian Vickers, David Reagan,
Yeah.
Casey Mears is involved in that. Oh, what a mess for the 8th caution of the day.
Lots of RCR cars sitting in that shot.
And there's one of them right there.
I think
Kevin
all three
Harvick.
RCR cars got in it.
Kyle Busch got into the back of Martin Truex Jr. and turned him towards the inside wall. Jeff Burton hit him head on and they both bounced off the inside wall and came up in front of the pack. Although many cars went laps down because of the damage, only Truex and David Reagan retired immediately. This race would be rain shortened and the first career win of NASCAR champion Joey Logano.
88. Look at how far over he comes over. You can't see it from that angle. But the 88 or the 18 stuffs it up in there, and the 1 follows and then comes back to get around the 88.
Yeah.
And there's no place to go. That is strictly racing.
Well, BP, the longer this race goes, the better that car gets for Jason Leffler. They've been a little bit tight. And look at this. Kenny Wallace.
Oh, right in front of everybody. Earnhardt Jr. in the cross. Earnhardt gets into Tony Ray's trying to avoid
And
Kenny
Reigns
Wallace.
across the track. It's David Green.
Man.
This was going to be your classic multi-car spin through the grass until Tony Raines decided to come back up the track in front of David Green. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was one car that was sent spinning through the middle of the field. During the early 2000s, after his back-to-back Busch Series championships, Jr. would run about 5 races per year. Every year, the tracks were, for the most part, Daytona, Talladega, Bristol, and Charlotte.
Trouble. Big crash here. Dylan Kwasniewski and Trevor Bayne.
Oh my. Kwasniewski's car destroyed in the back. He's hit something hard.
Every week. What do we got here, guys? 4 wrecks by the 31. Bad.
Bayne was understandably frustrated with Dylan Kwasniewski after Dylan ultimately lost some talent underneath of him. Although he wasn't great in the Nationwide Series, he won championships in both the K&N East and West Series.
Paul Menard, Joey Logano kind of get in that situation, and this is what they avoided somehow.
Yeah. And we saw Kwasniewski with the 2 car the very first lap of the race down in turns 3 and 4.
Turn number 4, Johnny Sauter's in front. He's been black flag. It will be the win for Ron Hornaday. Win number 3 in Texas.
Travis Quapple hard into
Johanna Long. Across the stripe, and the trucks continue to try to avoid. But Johanna Long and Travis Quapple, hard contact at the start-finish line.
Johnny Sauter was black flagged for changing lanes too early on the final restart, handing the win to Ron Hornaday Jr. Behind them, Travis Quapple lost his truck and overcorrected in the infield and nailed Johanna Long in the door. Unfortunately, there was nothing she could do. Although she was wrecked, this would be her best finish in any NASCAR race, finishing an impressive 11th place at just 19 years old for a family-owned team.
Would have hit that outside wall completely head on if Johanna hadn't been there, but tough break for her. Hard contact. Look at the back of her truck.
A lot of damage at the end of this race.
One car spinning high up toward the wall. Here comes the pack. Oh, man. 4 cars are in it.
Terry Labonte decided to do his best ARCA brakes impression. Luckily, he did not hit the other car driver's side first. That would have been pretty bad. Terry had a very underrated career, but had a very long and successful one. His first win came in 1980 and his last in 2003.
Right on that call, we see Tom Peck tried to avoid the wreck, went across in front of Labonte, okay, and they hit, and they're locked in. See all the smoke, all 4 tires locked up, there's no way to stop. You know, people say, why don't they just turn? You just can't avoid it.
And look who gets by without a scrape.
It's a bit loose. Trying to run that bottom.
Oh, trouble. Clint Boyer, Reed Sorensen. Caution flag is out. More cars involved. They're still spinning off their turn 2.
There's a lot of damage to that 21 car.
Finally, the smoke clears. We're
Initially, it was thought that Sorensen had a flat tire because he was complaining about a potential one to his crew chief under the previous caution. However, that wasn't the case, and he simply punted Clint Bowyer out of the way, and ultimately collected himself as well. This was both drivers' rookie campaigns in the Busch Series, and it was only Sorensen's third start in NASCAR.
High side.
Yeah,
he did get hit.
Did he ever get bumped? Woo.
He feels like Earnhardt last weekend. Yeah, but he's still on the
he's all over the place.
He's back up the racetrack again. Oh, he's not catching that one. That's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt. Boom. Yeah. You could say he did it the first lap, too. Once you get in that, he got away with it the first lap in the gray area.
Because of new tires.
Right. You get in that gray area, you're done.
Yeah, he got up on the first lap, and because of new tires, he could save it. And you know, you talk about that first corner.
Mike Skinner had an impressive amount of success in the Truck Series, winning the inaugural championship. However, his Cup career never really panned out. Skinner had one of the hardest hits in recent qualifying history with this one. In 2011, Skinner started 21 races and only finished 3 of them, for an average finish of 39.5. Further, he didn't qualify for 9 other races that he attempted.
Caution, problems. 2 cars tangling off the corner. The 53, Hank Parker Jr.
See Kyle Petty in the 45 getting through there.
That's Bobby Hamilton Jr. in the 26 also involved. Caution,
What kind of shape we in here?
for the second time, there you see Hank Parker Jr.
Early into the race, Hank Parker Jr. got contact from behind as Bobby Hamilton Jr. tagged him. Parker got the worst of it ultimately. Both drivers were attempting their first ever full-time Busch Series season. Parker would best Hamilton in top 5s and top 10s in their rookie campaigns, and although they would combine for 7 Busch Series wins, neither driver would win in the Cup Series.
2 of Brad Keselowski's into the wall.
And that might be some of that right front tire that they had with the problem they had earlier. That could definitely be a problem and an issue for them here.
Our second caution here at lap number 106.
Yeah, I'm all right.
This is a pretty common place to wreck at Phoenix with a tire failure. The angle of the wall makes for a violent impact and one of the worst places in the series to lose a tire.
Tire, or if it was an issue again of maybe brake heat and then cutting it down.
So a hard lick into the turn 4 exit.
Lap 111, a hard crash coming out of turn number 2 will put us under the 3rd caution flag of the day. Dirk Stevens had spun, and Joe Bessie, the race leader, was trying to miss him coming out of turn number 2. As you can see, did not succeed.
No, that was a hard impact. Spotter must not have told Joe that he was there, and man, he nailed him real well.
Joe Bessie, running his car for his own race team, was leading for 10 laps when Dirk Stevens had trouble. Joe evidently could not see Stevens or could not avoid him whenever he hit him. Bessie would have to wait until 1997, 3 years later, for his first and only Busch Series win. Bessie raced for his own team, and they would eventually make it to the Cup level, but only for 2 seasons in 1999 and 2000. Bessie would make a total of 1 start at the Cup level. Bessie would make a total of 1 start at the Cup level as a driver. However, for the majority of his team's time in the Cup Series, Jeff Bodine was the driver. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. Hope you did enjoy. If you want to see part 10, let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.